A charity that I've set up at the north of the city in Kirkton. Basically what we do is we buy in crates of food from FareShare and other organisations, and we also have managed to get Greggs and quite a few other organisations on board to give us donations of food, and we provide a sustainable, cheap alternative for people that are struggling within my part of the city. We've seen the news recently about Dundee and about all the poverty and whatnot. The reason I decided to do it was during the summer I noticed that there was many kids club programs that were going on in my area, but it was only affecting maybe 10% of the kids that were in real abject poverty up where I live. The rest of the children had nothing, and without school being on, some of them weren't getting a hot meal or a proper meal at all whatsoever. So we set up a kids club at the community centre over the summer, which led me on to thinking, could this be something else? We looked at whether there was a food bank in the area, and we got told that it was not used, so it was closed down. So I started looking at why was it closed down. Was it the stigma of people not wanting to use the food bank and whatnot? So we took the model we took, so that we charge a fee for a membership, so people come in pay a small fee, and they take a bag of groceries away with them. Currently we charge £2 for a bag, and it's roughly about 4 or 5 meals in each bag that they get to take away with them. We thought it would be 6 to 12 months to get it on its feet and get it sort of running and whatnot, but we found within the first 5 weeks we were in the high 150 people coming in a week, so we run out of space really quickly. So we managed to secure funding for new fridges, freezers. We're trying our best to get new premises so we've got a bigger space. But what we found now is we've been speaking to the people that do the football, Kiko, Kick It Off. We've been speaking to them, and they've been telling us that the other things that the kids can't get is toiletries, shower gels, toothpastes, things like that, and we can't get that through the current channels that we have. So I'm out trying to raise funds so that we can then go away and buy these kinds of things and provide these for the kids in the community to come in and get shower gels, deodorants, toothpaste, toothbrushes, stuff like that. So that's what I would spend the money on. I always like to sort of give a personal story when I do pictures and whatnot, and it's not always about just the money side of things. We've got gentlemen that come in to see us, and he's told me that the money that he saves through using us, it enables him to take his kids to the cinema and to take them swimming and things like that. So there's always it's not just monetary, it's always, you know, some of the children don't get to do the basic things that we all take for granted, so that's why we started the ladder. And I'm really nervous, so I'm going to open it to questions now, all right?
Okay. Questions?
Do you have other venues in mind?
We've been asked to go to other venues. What I've been doing instead of, I don't have the volunteer base to go to other venues, but I've been going to other community centres. I've been speaking to people in other communities, and I've been using Rizwan from Taught by Mohammed to sort of go and sort of speak to people and show them how to set it up. Recently I had someone from Cooper Angus come through, so I'm going to Perth. They've got a bit of a different system set up through there, but they've got access to a shop. So I'm going to go through and with somebody from Lockheed and show them how they set up their skio and how they took on the shop and whatnot, and where they got funding and stuff like that. So we are trying to, rather than me trying to do it, I'm just trying to spread it and show how I've done it and sort of see if people can replicate it in other areas. We've got people from Cooper Angus come in, we've got people from all over the city that come to us. Like I thought it was just going to be Kirkton at first, but yeah, we had people from everywhere, and we've tried to sort of replicate it. But although people do tend to change the model a little bit as well, so some people will make pre-packed bags. We don't do that, because if somebody doesn't like something, it just creates waste. So we allow them to pick their own bags, and then that way there's no wastage, hopefully. And then anything we've got left over, we find another charity or another organisation that will take it off our hands, so we don't have any waste. So we like to be zero waste.
So is it like a lot of little larders rather than one?
Yeah, lots of little ones, yeah. And I mean, hopefully they'll work. There shouldn't be a need for it, but you know, hopefully they'll work. And each and every one that I know of in the city is absolutely booming. They're all being used really well. So yeah, and they've all got, most of the volunteers that I actually have, I've come through the ladder. So the people that have used it, that I've said, do you want to help out? Do you want to help out? And they come and use it then, and then they come and help out and whatnot. So I've currently got 6 that are helping me because I'm going back to uni. So I'm hopefully letting them take over it and sort of run it. And then I'm just sort of helping order the food, take the money and whatnot, and keep that side of things going. So yeah, I think by encouraging them to do that, it gives them a bit of purpose as well. Yeah.
What's the biggest challenge that you think you've got at the moment?
Biggest challenge at the moment is in-work poverty. There's a lot of people in our area that work that don't see themselves as being poor, but they still, you know, when it comes to that last week of the month before pay, they're struggling just as badly as anybody. But when we say to them, you know, come to the larder and whatnot, they're like, oh, I don't need I'm not a food bank referral and whatnot. And it's like, no, it's not a food bank. It's breaking that stigma, you know, and especially in our area before sort of like the industrialisation of Dundee, a lot of them worked. You know, a lot of old people won't use us because they think it was a food bank. But what we've done is we had a free cafe that we put on, a dementia cafe, and we had a lot of intergenerational sort of going on during that, and they would come and speak to us and whatnot. And once they found out what it was all about, some of them do come and see us, and they do come in. And we've got one old lady that always gives us £10 for a bag, you know, and we say, look, it's only £2, and she's like, no, she gives us 10 and takes a bag away with her. But yeah, and it's been great to see that the old people that came to the original cafe have started coming back, and you get a lot of it's a lot of intergenerational mingling. And during the summer, we had 4 schoolgirls two from Baldragon and 2 from St Paul's that helped to run it as well. You know, and a lot of school kids were coming in and talking to the old people, and it's been really, really good to see that.
Sort of funds from SNAC you get to kind of help with basically the day-to-day running of the project.
It's basically to buy products we can't access through the through FareShare or any of the other places that we can. We get free sanitary products, but we don't get shower gels, toothpastes and shampoos and things like that. So it's basically to buy the stuff that we can't get, and then we can have it on offer for people to use. I know Kiko, when I got a bit of funding from Scott Mid, and I got a load of toiletries from them, and I gave Kiko like a pile of stuff, and they said within a week it you know, it gone. You know, the lads were loving it, and even the lassies, they have a ladies football team as well. So yeah, so it's stuff that's desperately needed.
Any more questions?
Yeah.
Yes?
What other activity are organized in the center? Like when people come to the center, is there any facilitation, any teaching, anything that they interact with each other?
With other agencies, you mean? You mean other agencies? Yeah. When it was the Tokba Mohammed Cafe, we decided to launch it with that because we thought the two of them would go hand in hand. Since then, we've had the Health in the Community team, we've had Heat from Hillcrest, we've had the police, we've had numerous charities come to us and say, can we come and set up, because you're getting a lot of people in here, can we come and help out and sort of signpost where they can go for help and stuff like that. So we do have that. We also have the One Parent Families team. They're doing a one-pot cooking club. So we're providing the groceries and the food for that. And they're putting on a one-pot cooking club with some of the people that they've picked from the larder. And it's just basically to show them what they can do with some of the foods that they're getting, especially the veg and stuff like that. And I mean, we get some absolutely fantastic foods. I mean, you know, some of the stuff that I thought would be too posh for, you know, people wouldn't know how to use it and whatnot, but we have people coming back week after week asking for crazy things, you know, and we always seem to be able to get it. I mean, and they're making, I think last week it was Thai green curry or something like that they were making, and then what they do is they make that, and then afterwards they invite people to come in for a community lunch, and we can go in and sort of have a free lunch and whatnot with them.
Questions? More questions? No? Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.